In this video, I am going to be talking about how I made $500,000 in the past 365 days as a 24-year-old online fitness coach. Now, before I get into the actual meat and potatoes of what I want to talk about, I want to say that there is a free guide down in the description below, a free guide that I put a lot of work into that goes a lot more in depth on the actual systems and how I built out my online fitness coaching business to get to the point where I'm doing $40,000 to $50,000 every single month. So if you guys are interested, make sure you go down below in the description and hit the free training button and get access to that, because there is a ton more valuable information. In this video, I don't want to talk about the nitty-gritty of how I went and I built the business. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the idea behind it and how I was able to sort of see where business building was headed and how I went about capitalizing on that. So when I first started posting 6 years ago, I could tell that things were trending towards building a brand when it came to the business side of things. Everybody was getting into building a brand. Everybody was starting to post on social media. And the beauty of building a brand is that you can position yourself as a public figure in front of an audience. And as you post content, your audience really starts to relate to you. And they sort of develop this connection with you, this one-on-one connection, and they eventually start to become fans. And when people really, really like your content, what you have to understand is that they will engage with your content, and then your content will show up more in their feed organically. And that's the beauty behind social media and building a brand, is that the people that see your content are actually people that want to see your content. In the past, so many businesses had to run off of ads. And essentially what ads are is you're paying for a company to force this advertisement in front of you. And a lot of the time people see ads that they don't want anything to do with, and it's very off-putting. But the beauty behind organic content is that most of the people that see your content are going to be people that, number one, want to see it in the first place, but they're also going to want to engage. They're going to want to hear what you have to say, and they are ultimately going to want to be involved with whatever you have going on. They are going to want to purchase whatever product you have built. So this is the absolute beauty behind building a brand, is that it is organic, and the margins of starting an online fitness coaching business are incredible, absolutely incredible. I would say that 15% of what I make doesn't go to me. It goes either back into the business or paying out employees. So that means that 85% of the cash that comes into my business goes straight into my pocket. And that's the reason why I started an online fitness coaching business, is because it was a service-based business, and I was ultimately able to position myself as a fitness expert because I've been in the space so long, I've been working out for so long, I use my physique to establish credibility, I use my story to establish credibility. I've been through multiple certifications, I've done bodybuilding shows, I have clients that get incredible results. All of these are different things that have played into my ability to position myself as a fitness expert online in front of people that are interested in what I have to say. And then I position my fitness coaching offer in front of them as the solution to their problems. Because a lot of people struggle to stay in shape. A lot of people, fall off. A lot of people have busy lives. A lot of people don't know what they're doing with their training and their nutrition, and they want somebody else that's going to hold them accountable and put together good quality plans for them. Okay, so this is the whole reason why I started posting on social media in the first place. And as of right now, I actually run 2 brand-based businesses. So I have my own fitness coaching business, which has done $500,000 in the past 365 days. Like I said, it consistently does right around $40,000 to $50,000 per month. And then I also have something called my Empire Blueprint. And my Empire Blueprint is more of a mentorship where I basically walk coaches through the steps that I went through, and I basically say, hey, this is how I built my fitness coaching business over the past 3 years. And because I've posted my journey about building my fitness coaching business in the public eye, there have been a ton of people over the past 3 years that have followed me along through that journey, and they want to work with me to give them advice, to be sort of like a consultant and walk them through exactly how I did that in the first place. So then I built a business around helping people build their fitness coaching businesses. And it's still a brand-based business because the lead generation comes from what I am posting and my life that I am showing on social media. And that is the beauty behind building a brand, is you essentially are able to monetize your wisdom, you are able to monetize your knowledge based off of the product that you decide to create, and people want to be involved with it. People want to be involved with it because they trust you and they've watched your entire journey. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys, and hopefully it gives you an idea of why building a brand is so incredibly important. But one of the biggest problems that people run into, coaches, that I'm talking with on a regular basis, is they're so short-sighted. The reason why building a brand is so valuable is because you have to be able to understand that you may not see the fruits of your labor for years when you're building a brand. Like, it takes 5 to 10 years to establish a lot of credibility and to really start seeing the compounding fruits of your labor, because that's essentially what it is. Think about the stock market, how when you invest money consistently over a long period of time, eventually that money starts compounding and it goes up like this. It just starts to skyrocket. Once that money becomes more money, then the percentages get, even if the percentages stay the same, the amount of money that you are getting from those investments dramatically increases. And before you know it, you've been putting a couple $100 into the stock market every single month for decades, and all of a sudden you have millions of dollars. A brand works in the same way, but the thing is, so many people are so short-sighted, they want to get rich quick, that they forget that building a brand takes a ton of time and it takes investment. And if you stop posting on your social media, everything that you've posted thus far, all of the work that you've done to try to build your brand online will all amount to nothing. It all gets canceled out. You lose your audience. And the value is in the audience that you are building. The value is in the people that know your name, because they are people that will eventually be buying from your business. So remember that. The value is ultimately in the audience. And when I first started my fitness coaching business 3 years ago, I'd hop on sales calls with people, and I would always ask them, I still ask people to this day, I ask them, how long have you been watching my fitness content for? And the average answer was 2 to 3 years when I first started. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. That means that I'm going to have to post consistently for 3 years, and that what I post now, somebody will ultimately be getting clients in the door 3 years from now. I'm like, that's wild. And then I would sit there on an hour-long sales call trying to sell them on my fitness coaching package that was $100 to $200 per month. Fast forward to today, I sell $3,000 to $5,000 fitness coaching packages. So the price has increased exponentially. I have 100 plus clients that I work with on a daily basis. And when I ask people that come in through the door, when I ask people that ultimately want to purchase from my business, how long have you been following me for? Their answer now is 3 to 4 months. That's the average. So the time span has dramatically decreased because of the content that I post, because I post the right type of content, because I understand now how to build a brand and create fans and position myself as a public figure and as an expert through the content that I post, the type of content that the people that follow me want to see. And that has dramatically decreased the time that it takes somebody to come all the way down the funnel. Because with social media, when you post, that like people see you, but they don't really know who you are. So it takes time for them to watch more of your content, see more of your face, hear more of what you have to say, learn more about you and what you stand for and what your brand stands for. And then at the very, very end, once they're all the way down to the bottom, then maybe they're interested in purchasing your product. And so instead of having to wait 2 to 3 years, I have been able to expedite that process through the content that I create to get people to buy multi-$1,000 packages within only a couple months of watching my content. And that is why a brand is so valuable. I can't even put a price on my brand. If somebody came to me and said, Brandon, I will give you $10 million right now if you were to stop posting on social media, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Because I see my brand as being more valuable than that. I see my brand as being able to make me much, much more money than that over the next decade. Like that is how valuable building a brand is. And once the compounding results start happening, you start to see the fruits of your labor, you realize just how truly valuable it is. So build your brand now. If you guys are interested in fitness coaching, make sure to go check out my free guide. I put a lot of freaking work into this, guys. Go to the description, check out the free guide, go a little bit more into the nitty-gritty of how I actually built the systems behind my fitness coaching business and how I'm able to generate the revenue that I do. Make sure you drop a like on the video, drop a comment down below if you guys found this helpful. And just remember that if this is the route that you decide to go down, it is not going to be easy. Building a brand, building a business, it is incredibly difficult. You know, when I first started my business, for the first year, I felt like I was underwater. I felt like I was drowning. But as time goes on, you become more resilient. And when you start to see the fruits of your labor finally start to pay off, you realize just how much potential there is with building a brand. And why building a brand, like it's the new gold rush. Everybody wants to do it. It's the way that money is being made in 2025.